kind of understand when we're talking about collapsing those nations, those
Indeed.
regions.
And again, to add to that, how they have used, they've actually created more local governments in their regions. So by first of all, dividing, like breaking their regions into more states. Right. For example, Kano, which started as one state and started with a local government about the same size. About the same number as Lagos. Like in 1967, Kano was 20 local governments, just like Lagos was. But now Kano has 44 local governments, and then part of Kebbi and I think Jigawa Jigawa and Kebbi that are now, that were carved out of Kano now have their own local governments. So local governments as well. So collectively, if you look at Kano now, the old Kano now has a total of about 90 something local governments.
Over 100, I think it's 100.
Right. And even Jigawa. Right. Even Jigawa has 27 compared to Lagos, one of the most populous places in Nigeria. Has 20.
And again, the population of Lagos is still 21 million, right?
Yeah.
And Kano population is 16 million, and still Kano has 44 local government, even as we speak.
Oh, goodness me!
So those were some of the examples of the haphazard, application of blatant and the inequitable application of whatever they say that or whatever they call governance, but that's not governance. We know what it is. It is theft.
Indeed.
Plain and simple.
It is
theft.
Yeah.
So then thirdly, continuously removing middle belts to middle belt to south to the South indigenous people from the military. So when Buhari assumed this presidency position back in 2015, a year after, he retired all of the officers, a lot of officers from the South. And the middle belt, and actually it didn't do the same with officers that are from the core north.
Exactly.
So again, those were some of the steps or some of the actions that were put in place to ensure that the military, is predominantly of northern, in nature, so that they can implement their evil plan to subdue the people with military force.
The issue essentially what you mentioned there, just on the last point, the composition of the governance has been focused on one region, one ethnicity, one everything, to the exclusion of others, exclusively. And that goes directly against a section within the Nigerian Constitution. Whilst we are talking along, I'll bring that back. But carry on. Sorry.
Yes. Can you move to the next slide, please?
I think there's another important thing there where they have disarmed the indigenous people.
That's it.
And only the terrorists and the Fulani herdsmen are the ones that are carrying sophisticated weapons, even those that can bring down airplanes, as we have seen.
Yeah.
And very troubling, we have the addition of repentant Boko Haram, ISIS into the Nigerian armed forces and reintegrating them. They were never integrated. These are felons. Reintegrating them into the society. The last that we saw on April 2nd, Governor Zolum, 35,000 people. That is the terrorist cell building in Nigeria. There is Afghanistan. That is Afghanistan building in Nigeria. 35,000 are repentant. Why did we just go to the jails?
Exactly.
And just have everyone be repentant and release them? Only the
Fulanis. Only the
Fulanis and their friends can be repentant, while their victims are held in horrifying conditions in IDP camps.
Yeah, I think Mr. Fality.
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Fality.
So can we hear from you, Mr. Fality?
Thank you, ma'am. As you are reading the retirement of military officers, it occurred to me some recent things that just came up yesterday, and I wanted to note that the reckless impunity with which the Fulani is actualizing its plan is a very disturbing wake-up call. Not only have they retired all military officers, which is the military arm of governance, not only have they provided, or rather, a constitutional amendment to take over local government. Right now, which is the political arm of government, the traditional arm of government. Right. Now, worse still, they are now installing their emirs in Yoruba land.
Yeah.
Yes.
It had been a rumor up until now, but I don't know if some of us got the.
It's happening. It is happening.
They just installed an emir of Yoruba land as a member of the Council of Chiefs in Yoruba land.
It's crazy.
Very, very disturbing wake-up call. I thought I should throw that in.
Yeah. A lot of that is happening in the Middle Belt, has been happening in the Middle Belt.
Yeah.
Where they come in and they kill the traditional leaders. And then they bring in this foreign, let us be clear so our people understand. These are foreign Fulanies.
You know, and if I may
talk about that, these are foreign Fulanies that have been brought into Nigeria, and they're being called Nigerian citizens under RUGA. Okay, Bala Mohammed, Governor RUGA.
It's crazy.
They called it pasteurization, but it is given free citizenship to all Fulani, and a lot of them that Buhari himself has admitted that they cannot be trusted. Zulum himself said that these repentant terrorists cannot be trusted because they're spies. And yet in 2022, he's announcing the integration of 35,000, something that failed in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Nobody else does, except in Nigeria. And so that is a clear conquest plan. Go ahead, Modupe.
Yeah, so if I may just add to what Mr. Fality said, the point that he brought up about the, getting, infiltrating our traditional system and, by adding an emir or whatever, or one of theirs into the. See, the thing is, we saw that coming, right? Because again, that is part of their conquest plan. But here's the thing, why I don't want our people to lose hope is that, what they are doing is that they are setting up the system, their own system, right? But here's the deal, right? In their system, right? Once you are ahead, right? Because they actually practice autocracy, or autocracy. So it's like the power, the power is
absolute power in essence.
Absolute power in the person that is up, that is top, that is there in the top.
Yeah.
Well, you see, the Yoruba traditional system, right? Even though the Oba was, we've always had the Oba. The Oba's powers are not uncheckable.
Yeah.
So you can, so basically, we kind of run a kind of a democratic, system.
Long before.
They think that.
Yes. Yeah. Honestly, is the same as well. Yeah.
Yeah, but if they think that, once we are part of them, that then we get all the power. They actually need to be thinking twice. Honestly, they need to think again, because what is going to happen is that the people, we the people, if that did not come from us, you are actually playing. Exactly. And that's what I'm saying, is that they may have the satisfaction right now thinking that, we got it. But no, you haven't. And so I want to put that hope back in the people. Do not lose the hope.
No.
What they are doing it for themselves. right?
Yes.
But we are going to also do ours, which means that collaboratively, we will reverse the situation.
Exactly.
The situation is reversible.
It is.
That's the hope that we need our people to know, that it is reversible.
Yeah.
Anything that has a beginning has an end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And that's very true. That is absolutely very true. The French Revolution proves that. Ukraine is proving that. Central African Republic, proved that. So, what's going on right now, it's plain and simple apartheid, but we're going to move on. And we've got Councillor Lambe that wants to join the conversation. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. I just want to, please forgive me with the poor lighting I have here. I just want to put my pennies a little bit. I just want to respond to what this is just said about this installation of the AMAs and so on in Southwest. And
Southeast as well.
And Southeast as well. I'm extremely worried, to be honest with you. I don't care what happens in North. Their prerogative, what they do on their own. But when you come to somebody else's land and then you want to set up your own system of government, which is alien to them, that is problematic for me. And but my worry is this. Number one, what's the response of our own traditional rulers? Are they be blinded by money? And then our legislators, those who represent us, at the National Assembly and so on. What's their response to? Are they be blinded by money as well?
They have all been compromised, sir.
Shouldn't they say, hang on, this is how far we can go. You can come to our own land and tell us. I just want to know. Forgive me if I'm asking out of ignorance.
No, this is very bad. We are all here to ask questions. So, sir, please.
Yeah, if I may respond to that, sir. Yes, I mean, it's natural to be worried. But you see, it's like there are some outliers there that they did not put into account. And I'm not going to explain everything right here, but I just want to tell you that, there's actually something in our language, and excuse me, I mean, if I speak Yoruba here, but I'll try to, translate that. That's, niti japa abonita annoying, right?
Very.
So you can do something now and you think, oh yeah, I got it, right? But then you don't know what is coming behind that. It's because, believe me, people are not going to fold their hands and just look. Right now, you're talking about our leaders, the traditional leaders and the politicians. We know they've all been compromised. But again, power resides in the people, and the people need to show that power resides in them. You will not come and put anybody over us. So you can bring your emirs all you want, even the traditional rulers, because the traditional rulers by themselves do not make the people, right? The people will speak, and how are the people going to speak? This is where we start. We need to get our people to speak, right? And they will know that power resides in the people, and that's where I'm going to leave it, sir, because there are some things that we can't really talk extensively about.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. So, again, this is a very difficult subject, for us. But we always need to let our people understand that power resides in the people. There are millions of people. We cannot panic.
That is the word.
We need to be steady. It is not the person that has the guns that always wins the war.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or the battle.
Yes.
And so we need to be very strategic in the things that we do. But let's kind of go over this because I think we're kind of getting bogged down. Number 4 is return to civilian rule and implement the fraudulent constitution in 1999, which is actually military decree.
It is
24.
That's it.
And this has been used to create apartheid, You see that federal character is unenforceable. Citizens' benefits is unenforceable. The governors have immunity. That means, people, that you cannot do anything to governors until they leave office. But then it is EFCC, which is led by the same political elite. And so nothing actually happens, right? And then they provide tons of money to these lawmakers,
yes, sir,
which is bankrupting Nigeria, and have pushed, one of the contributors to pushing over 100 million Nigerians into abject poverty, making Nigeria the poverty capital of the world. Then they have number 5, implement economic and industrial stagnation of the people of the Middle Belt to the south. The Middle Belt has been clamped down so much. Their farms have been destroyed, which is their livelihood. Their people have been driven from their lands. And world, please listen. The places that we're talking about that this conflict is going on, it's not in the far north.
No.
It is in the places where you find the indigenous Nigerians that have not been quote unquote conquered, because they consider the far north, the Hausas who are indigenous to Nigeria, to be conquered already. And so you've got Christians, you've got moderate Muslims, you've got those that have the traditional faith. That's where this is happening. Not in northern Kaduna, but in southern Kaduna. Okay, so let's just be clear where that is happening. So the economic and industrial stagnation is driven by how money is being distributed. In that constitution, most of the money coming from the assets that belong to the Middle Belt to the south goes to the far north, which is controlled by the Fulani. Okay.
Can I just add to that? Just before we leave that point, right? Quickly.
You want to get to today?
I know. Actually, we I think we left off.
You're almost there.
Yes. Yeah. So to add to that, they also closed the borders in the southern part. Absolutely. And then they opened the one in the north, right?
Absolutely.
So that way, to prevent commerce and activity, commercial activities that will actually enhance the lives of people in the south. Exactly. What they did was to close that, to shut that down. Then they also used one of theirs, Dangote.
Yes.
Monopoly.
They created a monopoly where Dangote, one man, just one individual, who have the monopoly,
oil, cement, everything, everything.
Essential commodities. All those are economic stagnation. All those are the tools that they're using to make sure that they keep people in perpetual poverty, so that it's easy for them to control. But you know what? I'm telling you, resolve comes from inside. So you can do whatever you want outside, but the resolve comes from inside, and that they are not going to be successful on.
No, it's true. So I definitely agree with you on that, Dr. Modukwe. There are so many things that are being put in place. What we're being attacked in terms of financial structures, it's been collapsed in the south and been strengthened in the north. So the banking system now, they are taking it away from us to such an extent that you have to be, they're using this system, this Islamic system called what's it called again? And it will come to. Well, it's well, they're using takia, but there is a sukuk. They're using sukuk, and that is an Islamic system whereby they are actually in depth, section to section. These are part of the structures that they're putting in place, and people have not been aware. So they say sukuk endpoint, sukuk start point, end point. They're putting that if you go all over Lagos, all over Ogun State, all over Oyo, that's what's happening. So they are indebting each of those areas. They're using religious means now to say, okay, now they're trying to now sweep away our religious independence, i.e., if you choose to be Christian or to choose to be in spirituality, believe in your ancestors. They're now trying to enforce the religion of Islam on top of us. They try, everything is being done to stifle us. So we need to be all aware of that. This is their system. This is their plan. This is what they have in place for us. But we can reject this because to us, the land belongs to you and I. So I'll stop there for now. Let's carry on because I know we're for time purposes. Thank you very much.
Okay. So if we can, we will continue.
So let's, yeah. So I think we're on 7 now.
Yeah, we're on 7. So now the 7. So on item 7, what they've been doing is, sending their, their terrorists and their Fulani headsmen, Boko Haram, sending them. We are surrounded in the southwest, and we know that, right? They are in our forest. So what they're trying to do is to make sure that, they start advancing in from the forest, right? Which is what, people who know that, who are very, who are very knowledgeable about those war strategies that they use, and that's why we're telling our people we are at war. What they are using there is enveloping strategy. What they're doing is they keep, envelopes so that we're squashed together until they can now, the plan, just like Dr. Malafia said, a very, very, very,
prophetic.
Fine man that was killed because he revealed their plan. Is that, that the first stage was to kill from the rural people, from the rural areas, and then they start advancing into the urban area. And we saw that, right? This past week or so with the attack on the Fulani, the Kaduna rail attack. Yeah. And even to the point where one of the individuals or one of the one of their captives was released, and then the terrorists at the audacity. Actually, it's not the Audacity, because they and the government are the same.
Right? Exactly, they're one and the same.
Because they said it. They said, you know what we want.
Yeah.
So how come a terrorist will be talking to the president or the presidency, right? In quote, the presidency, that you know what we want. Are you in cahoot with them? Of course. It means that they have a kind of plan or whatever, or some kind of agreement, and then one part is not coming. It's not it's not satisfying their part of the whatever the agreement was that they had with the government, which the government has failed to deliver. So, but I also want to say something, here that is going to be very, I'll say very, very disturbing. A government or an administration that will go and bring people from outside to come and kill your people has committed treason.
Definitely. I've said this before as well. You're right.
Treason.
You're
Charles
right.
I, the King of England, was beheaded for that.
Exactly. Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
Yes. So honestly, when I, it's like when I heard this, I was like, oh my goodness, these people who are ruling us are criminals.
Yeah.
And they should be brought to justice.
They should.
Well, let us talk about let us talk about the International Criminal Court.
Jean, before we go ahead, I think Dr. Alagba Stephen Faleti would like to say something.
Yeah, I just wanted to put a comment to what Madupe has said, and then we'll go to him.
That's fine.
Because I think our people actually don't know that in 2020, the International Criminal Court issued their report that said clearly that the Nigerian armed forces have committed crimes against humanity that rises to the level of war crimes. So what we see in Ukraine now, what they're documenting now, the International Criminal Court has already documented in Nigeria.
Exactly.
And they issued the report that there's reasonable basis and that additional work needed to be done. And that's what our people need to be pushing for.
Yeah.
That work needs to be accelerated because the atrocities are increasing. It's mounting. Okay, the war crimes have been identified by the International Criminal Court, documented, and they're calling for additional investigation, which I have not seen anything happen. So our people have a responsibility. When we talk about the things that we need to do, our people have a responsibility to push to make that happen. Yeah. So Stephen, go ahead. I just wanted to put that out there so the people know we're not just saying this.
Yeah.
external international bodies have already determined that to be fact, reasonable basis, and they provided examples because they've been working on that for over the past 10 years. Okay, go ahead, Stephen.
Thank you, ma'am. I just wanted to proffer another wake-up call to the comments that Dr. Dupe just made, that they have infiltrated our forests. That is correct, or can I say that was correct and is still correct. In addition to that, they have not only infiltrated our forests, they have infiltrated quite surreptitiously our cities, metropolitan areas.
Yes.
All the Fulanis that we see as Okada riders, armed men waiting for orders.
Almajiri.
Yes.
Almajiri.
Yes. When you see them prowling Lagos Island on their Okadas, they are underground soldiers waiting for orders. The so-called Dangote infrastructures. In fact, there was a report out today, 2 or 3 days ago, by one of the presenters that actually visited the Dangote oil refinery in Lekki, where a so-called dockyard was being built. Turns out that whether complete or not, is already being used to ship some very private cargo into the refinery, which they was confided to the reporter that they're actually arms and ammunition. So it's I think it's a wake-up call to realize that they're not only in our forest. The people in the forest are actually reinforcements for the people in the inner cities. So when the inner city strikes and we fight back, then the ones in the forest that have already conquered and suppressed the people in the forest, our citizens in the forest, can then come into the inner cities as reinforcement. That's the grand plan, and we need to wake up to that. Thank you much.
Oh, yes, we are. Thank you. But thank you for adding that. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So back to the
slide. To
the slide, yes. So again, we can see the activities, and that and it's getting worse by the day. Just like Mr. Fality just highlighted, just a minute ago, that they're just not in the forest, they are everywhere. Not just the forest, they're everywhere. And Dr. Malafia said it. He said that when they get to the food, they will actually be going from house to house and pulling people out and killing people.
Do you have that video? Do you want to show that, or do you?
Yes, I do.
Want to just
let me pull. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me.
Yeah, like one of the things that is very troubling is, like I said, during the COVID lockdown, we had the opportunity to see the movement, the covert movement that was going on. We had daily all the immigration in all the states from the Middle Belt to the South reporting hundreds and thousands of Almajiri and young men who were supposedly Almajiri and other folks that you don't see anywhere in those areas. So where are they? So we need to understand that what we're seeing in the cities, the Abokis, etc., just the tip of the iceberg. All those Almajiri, do you see them in your cities? Do you see them in your villages when they came? You don't see them anymore. They have disappeared into the 350 plus communities in the Southeast, over 100 communities in the Southwest, and they are waiting. These are, by Bala Mohammed's own admission, by Buhari's own admission, these are terrorists. These are terrorists. They have told us clearly that those elements are not the right elements. And yet, Nigeria, under the Fulani-led government, because they head up everything, NNPC, they head up EFCC, they head up INEC, they're the president, they head up every money-producing or money spending area of Nigeria, and they're not even indigenous. They don't have ancestral land in Nigeria, and they have captured the money in Nigeria. So we need to be very careful because we do have these people, and we do know that they are terrorists. And I will find that Modupe, once you run the video of Melafia, I'll find that where Buhari himself is saying that those elements, he said, are from Mali, Mauritania, but those are the same people that Bala Mohammed in 2019 were bringing into Nigeria. They bring the people in, they speak out of both sides of their mouth.
They do, all the time.
Go ahead, Modupe.
Go ahead. Give me a second.
Hello, Modupe, are you there? Hello, Modupe, are you there? You are muted and we're not seeing the video. So let me go ahead and share my screen to show some of the things that we're talking about so that people can understand. And Sunny will give you an opportunity to join the conversation in a minute, and you can join the conversation at any time. We appreciate you coming. This is some of the headlines. Borno governor, 35,000 Boko Haram members, families have surrendered. Ha! Isn't that amazing? This is the same man that in 2018 said that they cannot be, in 2021, end of 2021, said that they cannot be trusted. Now he's telling us that they have surrendered and are repentant and will be reintegrated. Modupe, whenever you're ready, I'm just sharing these so that while you get the video ready. Unbelievable.
Yeah, go ahead. For some reason, the video just stopped abruptly, so I'm fix that. So go ahead. I will let you know when I'm ready.
Okay, then. What I'm working on now is trying to get the there we go. This next one here is very telling because I'm sure everybody by now remembers the video that we shared of Bala Mohammed saying that all Fulani across Africa, of course, citizens of Nigeria. You can tell them apart. And he says, do you mean, asking him, do you mean you're going to use Nigeria money for this foreign Fulani? He was like, of course, we're doing it already. We're giving them citizenship. We're giving them ranches. The government is putting in 80% and the states put in 20%. While the victims of this, terrorists, are living in squalid conditions in IDP camps, forgotten by this Fulani government that put them there. Their lands taken, their farms destroyed, their loved ones killed. Tons of orphans, hundreds and thousands of orphans created by these people who have been brought into this country, taking the money from the indigenous Nigerians that own the assets and giving it to foreign Fulani on the RUGA. Is that even lawful? That they can wake up one day and say that all Fulani are Nigerians? What about all Yoruba across the land? Why are they not Nigerians? What about the Igbos? Where are the farms that have been given to the Yorubas, the Igbos, the Ijos, the Igalas, the Irobos, the Birams? Where is their 80% federal, 20% state? Where is it? But here, Fulani herdsmen with AK-47s killing in Nigeria and from Mauritania, Central African Republic, Buhari. Okay, Buhari, why have you not disarmed them? Why have you not disarmed them? Why have they not been arrested? Because now they're now calling everybody bandits, kidnappers. If you guys notice, and Boko Haram, they're now removing Fulani herdsmen from the narrative. We'll talk about narrative in a minute, right? But this is what is going on. These are the people in your forest that the government left the borders open, that Bala Mohammed and Buhari under RUGA have brought into this country, knowing, Buhari, since you know that they are terrorists, why did you bring them in under RUGA? Because you brought them in. Bala Mohammed, you brought in him. Now he wants to be president, and he's going to make 20 million people millionaires in Nigeria. Of course, he's going to make 20 million people, 20 million Fulanis, because that's all he cares about. Bringing them together. That's in that video, right? Remember, guys? He's going to bring them together in one land, on ancestral land belonging to other people. Are you ready, Madukwe? Or we can just go ahead with the conversation. Sonny, do you have anything to add to the conversation that we are having here regarding the regarding, you know, kind of what's going on? You can go ahead and unmute if you have any comments to make.
Yes. So I can share the video now. Just yeah. But go ahead with the comment. I mean, I'll hold it until I have the video.
Okay, Councilor Lambe, if you have any comments to make, or Citizen AY, you guys can go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Now, the question I have in terms of I just want to just touch this quickly, if I may, on the 35,000 so-called quote-unquote repentant. We know that they're not. Yeah. Who is paying for that? We are paying for that. Yes. Where are they staying? And what they are dislodging our people. These are the things that people are not realizing. For every single person that is repentant, they are taking away 80,000, 100,000, a million naira from each of the indigenous people. Each and every one. And I'm sure that figure of 35,000 is even conservative. There are more people than we are being told. That's a plain fact. And these are things that we have to really home in on. Our people have got to be made aware of this. I know we are working at it, myself included. I think we need to redouble our efforts, because that could mean 35,000 per state, for all we know.
Absolutely.
It could mean 35,000 people per state, you know, minimum. But they're telling us all of this, and we're not really being. This should be alarming for every one of us, that a government that's supposed to serve the people is now the one turning on the people and killing us. And we need to make our people aware of it. You and I know these things.
He is.
You know,
the Fulani man.
Yeah. So, but anyway, let's carry on. So, yeah, the picture is frozen somewhat. Are you?
No, I actually, yeah.
Okay.
If you are struggling to lose weight and privately want to escape from the prison of fat, then you'll
forward that for us, because they might block it. If you mute it,
skip the ad now.
Mute it.
Okay.
If you mute it, that way it won't play. There we go. That's it.
And the truth. And let me make some revelations, because some of us also have our own intelligence networks.
Okay.
Have met with some of the bandits. We have met with some of their high commanders. One or two who have repented. They have sat down with us, not once, not twice. They told us that one of the northern governors is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria.
We know who that is.
Boko Haram and the bandits are one and the same thing.
Yeah.
They have a sophisticated network. During this lockdown, their planes were moving up and down as though there was no lockdown. Moving ammunitions, moving logistics, moving money, and distributing them in different parts of the country. They're already in the south, in the rainforest of the south. Yeah. They're everywhere. They told us that when they finish these rural killings, they will move to phase 2. The phase 2 is they will go into the urban cities, going from house to house, killing prominent people. I can tell you, this is the game plan. By 2022, they want to start a civil war in Nigeria. Don't joke with what I'm saying. I have a PhD from Oxford University. I'm a central banker. We don't talk nonsense. So don't joke with what I'm telling you. I have this from the highest possible authority, higher authorities of some of the commanders of the killers and Boko Haram.
You said northern governors, past or present, Dr. Badaya?
Present.
No, current. Current.
We could tell you that for
no.
nothing.
They said one of them is the commander of Boko Haram in Nigeria. One of them. And they are not looking for money. They have more than enough money. In fact, he told me they just came back from.
Well.
Okay, I'm gonna share.
They are not looking for money. So what are they looking for? You know what?
Land.
They're looking for land. They want to speak about your land. This is Zulum in 2021.
Yeah.
End of spies for the insurgents. And now in 2022, they in just a few months, they are now 100% sincere. Really? This is Zulum versus Zulum. The Zulum of the spies or the Zulum of the 100%. Is this Takia?
It is
what
Takia.
Is going on here,
is
people?
Takia.
This is 2021.
Yeah.
And in 2022, he's letting in 35,000. We're just sharing information.
Yeah.
These are facts. We put it together for the folks. Stephen, go ahead, please.
Thank you, ma'am. I wanted to buttress Dr. Dupe's earlier comment that
could you go on video, please, because we're live streaming.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. I thought I was.
Okay, no problem.
Oh, okay. Yes, I wanted to buttress Dr. Dupe's earlier comment that Buhari may have committed a crime by saying that not just Buhari, because as we are talking about
the whole Fulani government.
Oh, absolutely. Because as well, once we started talking about these 35,000 repentant terrorists, I started to ask myself the question, is terrorism a punishable felony in the Constitution? And if it is in the so-called Constitution, not just of Nigeria or any nation of the world, period. Okay? Now, if it is, then of course the Attorney General has committed a crime by failing to prosecute the terrorists.
Yeah.
Okay? The only, in any society, the only criminal that can repent is one that has finished or is serving his prison terms.
Yeah.
It should be for life. It should be for life. These are murderers. These are murderers.
Yes. I mean, just in case they were fortunate enough not to get a lifetime anywhere in the world, you can only repent either because they found out that you are a change in government, and then you are serving your terms already. Definitely, you are convicted first if you are charged with terrorism. But all of a sudden, if somebody labeled and confirmed a terrorist in the landmass called Nigeria can suddenly repent, that tells me somebody else needs to go to prison in their terms. The Attorney General, the Chief Justice, and Buhari also. So I'm beginning to, it just goes further to show us how very intertwined the government is with the terrorism. In other words, the government itself is a state sponsor of terrorism. That's what I'm looking for. Thank you.
The rogue government.
Yeah.
This is a rogue government. A rogue administration.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Repentance. Keep thinking about that one. Say, how is that possible?
Yeah.
So, Councillor Lambert, can you comment on this repentant?
Yeah.
Repentant Boko Haram, ISIS, and ISWAP.
Yeah.
Where else in the world is this happening? I know it happened in Afghanistan, and we saw what has just happened in Afghanistan. And by the way, Buhari sent $1 million of Nigerian money to Afghanistan.
He did.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I was shocked.
Well,
none of the international organizations, none of the investigative reporters, made any comment.
Nothing shocks me. Nothing shocks me about this rogue administration.
The British made no mention about that.
I wasn't shocked.
Yeah, I'm hearing that for the first time.
Oh no! I've been aware of it. He paid $1 million almost about a month ago. $1 million naira.
I thought this was an old news that Just
no. This is about a month ago. It's not just about a month ago. I'll see if I can. Let me see if I can dig it up. Let's dig it. Let's do some digging, shall we? I mean, I laugh, but it's not.
It's $1 million. It's
$1
not
million. Sorry,
It's
$1 million. Sorry,
$1 million.
Yes.
Do we know if Channels TV ever reported this?
They did.
I mean,
it was covered. It was covered.
Well, and I've got it, people. My hands are trigger happy.
Yeah.
Okay, let me stop sharing so you can share it.
No, we can share multiple, so that's fine.
That's it.
Okay, guys, here it is. This is from the Law and Society. He gives gift to Afghanistan.
4th of March.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's just, and it did via the
Humanitarian Trust Fund.
Yeah, but the corporation, something institution for cooperation of Islam, IC, whatever they call themselves.
No, it's right there. It's right there. If you go, can you scroll back down?
Sorry.
It says it there. It says Organization of Islamic Cooperation.
Yes, OIC, yes.
Yeah.
Organization of
Islamic Cooperation.
Islamic countries, right?
No, it's cooperation. They say cooperation.
We changed it after the people threw up a fit.
Yes.
But this is
actually called
Organization of Islamic Countries.
Exactly.
And we heard previously about the fact that they have certain goals of Islamization, and Nigeria should never be part of this because we are we're a secular country.
Exactly.
It's not just those that practice Islam, and especially Sharia Islam. That's after all, Buhari is Mr. Sharia, right?
Yeah.
He's Mr. Afghanistan. That's what he lives and breathes. And Modibo, I think you had the quotes that had been ascribed to him, the quotes that he has made over time, right, on that. Yes, but I think we need to kind of keep going so that we can.
Yeah, so that we can. Yeah, actually, when we still have time, we can go back to that because I want us to start touching on some of the things that we can do collaboratively.
Right. Let's go ahead and finish. Go through the rest of it quickly, and then we can start talking about the things.
Solutions.
There's so much that can be done, and this is where we're going to be inviting groups and organizations to be part of the solution.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So we talked about the seventh item. Item 8 is about the narratives, and I believe Jean touched on that at the beginning of the program.
Yeah.
Where she said, she actually asked like 2 or 3 questions. She said, well, during with the recent Kaduna attack, where were the farmers? Where were the herders? Right? She said, well,
where the farms? Where the farms?
Yeah.
Exactly. If it's the other farmer clash or conflict, the narrative that they've been pushing all along.
Yeah.
So on the rail track, where the farmers and the herders on the rail track. Right?
The farms were inside. They thought that we have moved the farms inside the carriages. But nobody has asked the question, how did they know those officials that would be on that train? Lafayette said there is cooperation between the government and this terrorist. Again, the government sees all the communication in the SIM.
Yeah.
We've seen where they have satellites showing exactly where these people are. And yet not one sortie, not one attack, not one visitation. Come on. Aerofire can find the terrorists. Sheikh Gharmi can find the terrorists. Zulum can find the terrorists. All of them, Bello can find the terrorists. But the Nigerian government, the Nigerian armed forces, A, cannot find their hideout. B, don't know when they're ready to attack, even though America has given them the information, and we can show you that because America flashed up in 2020 that they are sharing intelligence. And yet, the Nigerian armed forces is never to be seen except to disarm people or shoot at the victims.
Exactly.
Right? So this is, where's the farm here? I'm gonna go ahead and also pull up the airport, Kaduna Airport.
Yeah.
Maybe the farms are in the plains in that instance.
Possibly.
Okay. So, but go ahead. I'm gonna pull that up. You guys can go ahead and talk about that, because this whole murder farmer conflict that the world is hanging upon senselessly. It's unbelievable that's even a thing.
I think, if I may interject, if I may come in here, one of the things I think we should really be very, very, very clear about is that there is an agenda that has been pushed and supported by those who are supporting the Fulani aggression against the indigenous people, and we have to be very, very clear. So what they do is they pose really, I wonder why is it that it's just that they're having problems. You see, and it suits that narrative that they say, they start talking about Africans being primitive somewhat. So their base instinct is to react and not to, so it's all part of that. But the way they sell it to us is to make us believe, you know what? Oh, yeah, we really are concerned. But when you go and dig behind who is supplying the weapons to those herders, who is supplying the government, the Fulani government?
We have a video on that.
Then have a video. You now begin to see that this is actually an orchestrated plan. It's all about optics. So let's see the video. It's all about optics.
Let's think about this, really. Let's think about this, right? How is it possible? How is it possible that these people just move with alacrity, right? They move with alacrity. They know when they know when the guards are going to be sleeping. Yeah. Remember the attack on the military base, right? Mm-hmm. But where's the farm? And am I missing something? These are non-land owners.
Exactly.
That are being excused while the landowners are being killed. They're being raped. They're being maimed. They're being terrorized.
I want to just...
With no compensation. Come on, come on, world. World, do you really...
They don't really care.
Really want any reasonable person to believe that this is herder-farmer conflict when the farmer owns the land?
They don't really care.
The farmer owns the land, but it's the farmer that is being penalized.
Yeah.
How is that? Where in the world does this happen?
It is
Fulani controlled Nigeria with their backers. Yes, they do have backers in the UK. We already know that, right? Yeah. Because those documents were released to show how the elections were rigged. Mm-hmm. We've seen Catriona, right? Mm-hmm. How she goes about, dictating the distribution of money that they find as to where it should be used in Nigeria. Yeah. I was stunned. That was just blatant United Kingdom, blatant.
Yeah.
Jean?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Please, can you repeat that statement you just made? I think I fell asleep a few months ago while all these news were coming up.
Which one are you referring to? About how they were dictating last year, how the money that they found was going to be used in Nigeria. They were insisting on it.
Yeah.
Is that the one you're referring
my goodness.
to? We have so much data. Because that's what we do. We gather data. So our people will understand what's going on and who's behind this. When has the UK, Catriona, come out and condemn and call for the disarming of these Fulani herds?
Never.
When has she come out to do it?
Never.
Once. Anybody show me anything that she put up?
Never.
Anything.
Can I jump in real quick?
Go ahead.
They are not. Actually, they're campaigning for them. And I believe that Citizen AY sent, it was going to show like a clip last week. I have the clip. But I want us to show.
Let's listen to this a little bit.
Yes, let's listen to this, and then we can actually look at that clip as well.
Ta daure man wanda yake cikin daji ya ta'addanci ba Allah ubangiji ya tsine man Allah dauki rayuwa ta a wurin nan. Bahilla ce saniya aka san shi da ita sai noma. Saniya ba ta haihuwa bindiga AK-47. Bahilla ce bai da makera da zai kera bindiga AK-47. Gwamnati ke turowa har muka samu mu kuma wallahi dalilin da yasa billahi lazi shekara na 7 ina makarantar allo amma lokacin da na dawo na tsinci kaina a cikin wannan abun wallahi ina mamaki kullun ina tunanin rayuwata saboda mahaifana akalla a kasar dan banga da
let me just interject there quickly, please. If I may just say, I've been getting some. Next one ready, I've just been getting some calls. Quickly, just some people have been asking why are we speaking in English, because on the platform Oduduwa Radio we tend to speak Yoruba. I want to just to just explain to you all that the program we do this once a week. It's a program where it's not only Yorubas are there. Yorubas. Middle belt, middle belt, and of course Western Nigeria,
Southeast, South. Everyone joins.
Everyone is all joining.
This is an alliance.
So it's an alliance program where we're trying to bring awareness. So please do bear with us that we want to, and this is all part of the organization that we will need to do. We need to coordinate our activities in that way. Please, that does not mean that when we're going for petition as Yoruba Nation that the alliance has anything to do with that. That is separate. Be very, very clear, very separate.
Each of the blocks must have, they are actually required to have their own, when they do the referendum, each block must vote in their block. Right? Because they're a nation. So each block must vote in the block. So getting all this information helps the collective. It helps the alliance. So each block needs to be making sure that their people are signing the petition, right? So that we can collectively have the numbers that we need. Okay. Well, so it's not, let me just make it clear again. It is not against what Ninas is doing for the total freedom struggle or for the plan that Ninas, which is the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalist Alliance for Self-Determination, that plan is the plan that we're all working towards. And so we must, go ahead and make sure that everyone is signing in the different blocks. Everybody needs to sign. People. That's very important, so we can show our strength.
Just to add to that, so that it's clear. So that for that reason, because we are different people, different regions, it is best that we speak on this program in English, because that's what we all understand. So please, I hope that to all our audience, we are not taking you for granted in any way, shape, or form. If anything, we're trying to be as clear as possible. And again, I reiterate, but I take this opportunity, if you haven't signed the Yoruba petition, it is pinned to this page on Facebook and on YouTube. Go ahead and sign that. I urge you that do your bit, because that is quite separate from, again, very much like Nina, like Jean said, from what Ninas is doing. It is something that we must do in-house. So I reiterate that, and there is nothing wrong in us going ahead and organizing that and building that referendum, because that's the base that we need. But Ninas is, at some point, we will all have to work together. We will all have to work together, and I hope we all allow that and understand that. Please, that will not stop Yoruba Nation petition and what we're doing in Yoruba Nation. It's actually going to add to it, but we need to do that ourselves. So thank you very much. I hope you all understand that. So go ahead.
Citizen AY.
Yes.
Citizen AY.
Yes, sir.
Please, would you permit me to appeal to our audience to bear with us as we communicate these issues? We are not preaching to the choir on these issues, but we are trying to reach out to the global community on the atrocities going on in Nigeria. As Yoruba citizens, we already know what we're going through. And therefore, we're not preaching to the choir. And therefore, we must speak in a language that the global community that can reason and sympathize with us understand. And that is a very important reason to speak in English. And we'll have ample opportunities elsewhere to speak in Yoruba if and when we choose to communicate exclusively with Yoruba citizens. Thank you very much.
I do want to also make mention that there are plans for that to happen, because I know we had one show where we had different, when we're talking about the Ahmadu Bello quote, and we translated that into Yoruba and into Igbo as well. We didn't have Dr. Kiari to do the Hausa piece of it, or Donald to do some of the South. So we are going to have some some videos that we're going to be putting together that would be focusing on that. And we're also going to be translating some of these videos into, as you have seen, the one that in Hausa that Amadupe put up, that's been translated into English so that everyone that doesn't understand Hausa, we see that.
Yeah.
We're also going to be using Pidgin a lot so that that can happen.
Yeah.
So this is all things that, this little band of merry men will be doing and already started. So I'm going to thank Citizen AY because you did translate the Amadabela code into Yoruba.
Yes.
And that is making the rounds.
Yes, indeed.
So that
we will continue to do more as well.
We need other languages, especially Pidgin.
To be
we will do that. And this is part of what all of us need to be doing. We'll talk about that, but this is important. Translating all this information into the various languages so that the indigents will understand. Because, as Danjuma says, we must resist.
We have to.
We must rise up. We must resist this invasion and the destruction of the sovereignty of the indigenous people that are in the Union Nigeria. That has now been turned into a unitary Nigeria, which was never, ever meant to be. Okay.
Thank you very much.
If I may add, please, that for those who said that we probably need to be speaking Yoruba, and I believe, I don't want to, beat that dead horse. It's already been addressed. But I just also want to say that yes, there are plans for us to, we
had a program last week.
Yes, gradually, so that every time we have a version of this, we also have a Yoruba version of it because we want to reach everybody and we don't want anybody to feel left out. Okay, and so we are not going to we are together. You are part of us. We are part of you. So after this, we're making the plan so that as we are doing this program, in English, we're also going to be doing the Yoruba version of it to reach our people. And then on the and
Igbos likewise, and
exactly,
right, absolutely. In Hausa, Pidgin,
and in Hausa and Pidgin,
you will capture everything.
Absolutely. And then
it's a lot of work.
I know. Absolutely. But we can. So we can. It's a lot of work, but we can and we will. So then, with regards to the petition. The petitions, because we don't have one. We have like the Yoruba one, and then we have the Omnira Yoruba, and then we also have Ninas. We will touch on that when we start to talk about what we should do to reverse this situation, what we should do to address this, the oppression and the calamity. I call it calamity because it is, that has befallen us. But all is, we are not going to fold our hands. We are not going to just resign. No. This is this is the time we are going to raise up our voices and we are going to raise it loudly and say no more. We are not conquered people. We are not, and we can't be conquered.
No, we're not going to allow that. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
So okay, so now carry on. Let's go on. I hope that answers your concerns.
That you sent.
Yeah.
Remember we talked about the Britons are like the British they're not telling their
the truth. Yes.
The truth. Yes.
Well, they're not telling the truth because they are in on it.
That's correct.
So but there's a video here that I want us to watch together. That Citizen AY sent the other time. So let's watch that.
Yeah.
The video.
Yeah, please.
Good afternoon, Oga. Now you be the landlord.
Exactly. Thank you. Yes.
Oga landlord, me go need one room for this your house.
Okay, sure you get work where you do.
Yes, I be nurse.
You don't go they owe me be that now.
Now how much be your rent, safe?
Not just 90,000 naira. Wait, this guy, where you come from, Seth?
Oga, I come from Akamata.
Akamata, no talk am again. My spirit and Akamata people no they ever join.
Okay, wetin happen now?
Come over for my compound. Na so baba thing na people sabi do for that Akamata. Come over here.
Haba, Papa, wetin this innocent girl do you now? Now people like you they spoil Nigeria, Papa.
I think you don't see them now. My people, they talk, say jollof rice. We did for bottom pot today. Go day top of cooler tomorrow. As I take need you now, so you self need me. Because now one mama we get, we be Nigeria. Make we love ourselves. Because now only together we go fit make our country better for us and our children them. One heart plus one love equals better Nigeria. Now the Center for Democracy and Development, CDD, with support from the UK government.
Do you see that? This is exactly what we want you to
support from the British.
Yes,
that's it.
Yes,
That's it. That's.
I wanted to pause that. Sorry.
Pause it. Yeah. Just go.
Let me pause that.
Go forward and pause it there.
Let's talk about for the better of everybody.
Yes.
Do you see? Okay, I need to find, guys. We need to find.
That's it. There you go.
Bring up that list of ministers, please. And
yeah,
where they're from.
We will.
Because this it goes against this very lie. This is so disingenuous of the UK. It is so disingenuous. You know, absolutely disingenuous. Madupa, that's the one that you have of the
yeah, I know.
Yeah. I mean, it's absolutely disingenuous because federal character is unenforceable. The Fulani are heading up all, if not most, okay? And then the rest of it is their stooges.
Yeah.
You know, they're all complicit. The lawmakers are complicit. We're saying it here. Because where were the lawmakers where RUGA was being passed as pasteurization when it was really giving citizenship, Nigerian citizenship, to foreign Fulani using 80% money from federal, 20% money from state to give to outsiders when 100 million indigents have been pushed into poverty.
Yes, indeed.
This is just...
Indeed.
It is horrifying. It is horrifying.
It is
horrifying. So once you find that, please pull that up. That would be
just before you go back, go there. The issue that you mentioned there, I think we need to be very, very, very clear about that, because what we said there is the connection, the direct connection. The people telling us to believe in one Nigeria are the ones sponsoring ads to make it seem as though it comes from us, but they're the ones sponsoring. Because it says sponsored by the United Kingdom. And it's important that we understand that as a group of people.
Absolutely.
See? So it says that.
It is right. Again, Catriona has not condemned. Nor has she acted as if everything is going along okay.
No, exactly. So that's a point.
Okay, so we need to get the hashtag to trend. Hashtag, where is the farm?
That's it.
Where is the farm?
Exactly.
Because we have to debunk that beyond any
farmer clash.
Any farmer clash. Yes, where's the farm?
All a ruse.
And also, what about where are the dead herders?
Exactly. Where are they?
Where are the hundreds of thousands of dead herders?
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy.
Exactly.
Yes, let's take a look at this, because this really tells our people. The United Kingdom, BBC, pay attention. Okay.
Yes.
Minister of Finance. Kaduna State.
Yeah.
Minister of Environment, Kaduna State. Minister of Agriculture, Kano State.
Yes.
Defense, Kano State.
Yeah.
Aviation, Katsina State.
Yeah.
Justice, Kebbi State.
It is.
Minister of State, Kogi State. Minister of Information. Excuse me.
I know you. Take it easy. I know you're gonna lose your voice. Calm down. Calm down.
I just had a little bit of a bubble here.
I know. I understand.
Because you guys can see all these places where money.
Yeah.
Minister of State, Foreign Affairs, Niger State.
Yeah.
Minister of State, Science and Technology.
Yeah.
Nasarawa State.
It's crazy.
Now, when you come to the interior, it's Osun.
Yeah.
Youth and Sports Center is Oyo.
Yeah.
Police.
The ones that are non
police.
Sokoto, exactly.
Taraba. And you know Taraba is where T.Y. Danjuma.
Yes.
Is a mini Nigeria.
Exactly.
Right? And they are ethnic cleansing is going on.
Massively.
Ethnic cleansing is going on in southern Kaduna. Nothing is happening in northern Kaduna.
Yeah.
Right? Southern Kaduna is where the Christians and other indigents live. Right?
It's
so this is a Minister of Power, Taraba.
It's crazy. It's
sorry,
crazy.
Go ahead. Minister of Petroleum, So he's in charge of Buhari is in charge of. He's the president. He's in charge of immigration, right? Isn't he in charge of immigration? He's in charge of petroleum. He now wants to be in charge of the local government. Everything is being consolidated under the Fulani, so that the apartheid, which is, guys, for those that don't know, is when the Boers had the noose around the neck of those in South Africa.
Yeah.
This is the Fulani, who are migrants to Nigeria, having the noose around the neck of the indigenous. Okay, and taking all the money away under the federation accounts, where the criteria that they're using is land size, which favors the north.
It's crazy.
It is local government areas, which has been skewed to favor the north.
Do you know what is actually
population, which is very much controlled by the north?
Do you know what is shocking about that? They're talking about the land, but who owns the land? It's not the Fulanis, it's the houses.
No, it's the houses.
And the houses are being killed in their land. They are being killed in their land.
Because they started there and then started moving to the middle belt. Remember when the people were coming in from Chad and Mali and they were killing them in the north?
Yeah.
Okay. And at the time, unfortunately, there wasn't an understanding of the fact that there was a difference, between the Hausa and the Fulani.
No.
Because even today, some people think that the Fulanis are our tribe in Nigeria. They're migrants.
Yeah.
They came in late 1700s. They're migrants to the land.
Yeah.
But look at what they're doing. They have now taken 4 presidencies in West Africa.
Yeah. Yeah.
By terrorism.
Yeah.
And they're looking to take more. There's terrorism going on in Ghana.
Yeah.
There's terrorism still going on in Central African Republic. There's terrorism going on in the whole Lake Chad Basin area. And I was shocked when I heard what is his name? Antonio Guterres of the UN call on the perpetrator Buhari to bring calm to West Africa.
It's just nonsense. It's nonsense.
Is he calling on him to conquer all of West Africa? Is that the code?
That may be the code. Yes.
Antonio Guterres, I am unimpressed. We are unimpressed. We have not seen anything that you're doing to curtail what's going on. You, UN, have these numbers. You, UN, are reporting these numbers. Why are you not telling the truth to the world?
Why are you not
telling the truth to the world? Okay. There was a video that we're going to have to talk about. How about next week? Let's talk about the UK connection.
Yeah.
Because there's a video that got my blood boiling when we're talking about this narrative.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where he said that the only problem in Nigeria is corruption. Yeah. Is corruption bombing the airport?
Exactly.
Is corruption bombing the train? Is corruption attacking in a way? Yes. No. But we'll kind of get around.
Yeah.
Is corruption the ones that is going to the military bases and picking up specific people from specific areas? No. Is corruption RUGA that is bringing in these Fulani terrorists into Nigeria by the tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands that they have brought in? 35,000 at one go. Supposedly being reintegrated. When were they integrated? They just came in. They don't even speak the language.
Exactly.
Right? They don't even speak the language. But as Bala Mohammed, who shall never be president of Nigeria, mark my words today.
Yeah.
Said, you can't tell any Fulani apart, and so they're Nigerians.
Yes.
Really? So again, here in Senegal, Macky Sall, like I said last time, Macky Sall needs to resign as the president of Senegal because he's a Nigerian. What's the next one? Go ahead.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I just have here.
I think it's scroll up so that we can talk about that. Here's Gambia.
Mm-hmm. Right? So this is Senegal. Then we have Gambia
from the Gambia area, right?
I'm sorry.
So, go ahead. Go ahead, Modupe.
Isn't that from around Gambia that the Fulanese?
No, that's further down.
Is that Guinea?
Yeah, this is Guinea. So that's Guinea.
Guinea, okay, yeah.
But this is Gambia
so
the other side.
To resign.
No, this is Gambia.
Because he's Nigerian, right?
And
then here's Guinea-Bissau, right?
Yeah.
That's the Guinea where they're from, right?
Yes.
And then here's Buhari, who's actually not even Nigerian.
He's not. He's from Niger. He's from Niger.
He's from Niger. And what is that lady that was what was that lady now? I have to find that. But anyway, next time, let's talk about the British connection to the atrocities going on in Nigeria. Yes, Britain, we're not afraid to go there because your own people are telling you what you're doing. Because if you recall, lots of people are calling for Britain, who has made it possible for all these politicians to hide their money in Britain, in the British banks, which is how they make money.
Exactly.
Let's not even talk about France. So let's just stick with
So we'll finish up. I mean, we'll finish up with the rest of the,
right. We're talking about, the narrative, and that's kind of a lot of what we're talking about.
Sorry?
So it's herder-farmer conflict, right?
Yeah.
And that's the main one. And now it's corruption, which is what I was talking about. They're now saying it's corruption. This British guy, I think in the House of Parliament, I have that video that we'll show next week, saying it's the only problem in Nigeria.
We don't. No, it's more than that, and they know it.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But in a way, it is true because the politicians are complicit in it. And that's about greed, and that's about the corruption that is made legal in that fraudulent constitution. Why haven't we seen CNN or BBC or Al Jazeera,
English,
look into that constitution and validate or invalidate what we're saying? Why haven't they done that?
Next week, I
think the
Constitution
is right there. So we're going to invite them next week to come and defend the fact that they have not sent any investigative journalists to disprove or prove what we're talking about, because that's the job that they're there to do. The media is there to do that job. Okay, let's continue then.
So the ninth item, they amend the Constitution. One of their plans, right, is to amend the Constitution to impose Fulani colonies, which they did recently with the, with the proposed amendments. I think bill number 36 and 38. 36 and 38, both of them. I think that one, I mean, I can actually bring those up quickly. And so what they did, or what they attempted to do, is to give those Fulanis, to give them citizenship so that they will have the same right, or not even more, because even right now.
They have more rights, yes, because they're given money, they're given lands, they're given jobs.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I will just pull that up real quick so we can see. All right. So I believe this is one of them. Let me take this out of it. So the bill number 36, an act to alter the provisions of the Constitution to expand the scope of citizenship by registration and for related matters. And we do know that in the same Nigerian, the fraudulent Constitution, the president is the sole person who can grant citizenship to people who are people who want to acquire citizenship.
Absolutely.
So basically, Buhari is a Fulani man, so it's just gonna hand it to them.
Right. What was that number? What was the number in our thing that says, like elect a Fulani, a Sharia, Fulani a president, and then consolidate all this power into that president so that he can run amok and tighten this apartheid.
Yeah. Yes.
Because it is apartheid.
It is.
Around the necks of the indigenous people.
Yeah, indeed.
Okay.
Indeed.
And then the second one is mainly to have, to alter the qualifications that make somebody an indigent of a state. So I think he said something bizarre, like 5 years will make you an indigent of a land. So basically, the Fulanis that have been in the forest, right? If they've been there for 5 years, they can actually be indigents of that.
Even though Buhari himself has said that they are criminals.
But
even though he has said that they are criminals.
But you see, they don't want to. All that word is to us. They want us to see them as criminals, but in actual fact, they're not prosecuting them. So it's just a throwaway comment.
That's
it's all playing a game, which is
yes, they're playing their game.
They're takia.
Exactly.
It's the hypocrisy of the.
But the British need to be very careful because you remember that video where the Sharia folks in Britain were calling for certain things to be happening in Britain, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the world needs to be paying attention. They need to be paying because this is worldwide terrorism unloading in Nigeria. If it is not stopped, it has to be stopped. And they think that, oh, we're going to be able to negotiate with them. Really? That's just as you've negotiated in Afghanistan or Syria?
No.
So, and it's so difficult to reconcile this, that Nigeria, the extreme poverty capital of the world, has $1 million to give for another country.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
They share the absurdity of it.
Who was killing everyone that is not radical Muslim. That's who they're giving money to.
They're giving those people money, yes. So again, there's, I mean, we have a lot to discuss, but like we said, next week there are some things that we'll bring into light also with regards to the involvement of Britain, either indirectly or indirectly, their involvement, and we will have a good we'll have an opportunity to kind of examine that. Then the ninth item here is incorporate Boko Haram and other terrorists into the armed forces and begin mass extermination. They are already doing that. Remember, you said right earlier on in this program that's about 35,000. We said how many?
Yes, 35,000. 35,000.
That's just this one.
Just this 1 year, but we know there's more.
Nigerian military. In fact, as a matter of fact, this past week, an incident happened in Ondo State where Boko Haram, Fulani, the cattle went into some farmland, and then the farmers arrested, or no, they called
Amotekun. Exactly.
Yeah, to come and arrest them. And so the Amotekun operatives arrested 100 cows. I'm sorry?
They were beaten up.
Yes. And then the Nigerian military came.
Yes.
They were beating the people up.
Yes.
So again, it tells you.
And that's not an isolated incident.
No, it's not.
2020, that has been happening. Every time that a Fulani herdsman is apprehended, the people apprehending them are beaten up. And the Fulani herdsmen are released.
Yes.
And if a single cow is killed, the governors or the local government repays them. And yet we have 4 million, guys, over 4 million in IDP camps that not the state government, not the federal government have given anything to. So Buhari's given 1 million to Afghanistan. April 1, 2022. 100 million Nigerians living in poverty. Can someone do some math and tell me what 1 million is in Naira?
Let's just get that done.
Just so that our people
I'll just type it. I'll do that now. Just 1 second.
About over 500 million though.
Yes, because it's about 550, 560 million Naira. Okay?
Yeah.
Million Naira that is been given to Afghanistan that is abusing
it is 415 sorry, $1 million in Naira. Yeah, it's
550 about 550
415 they say here, but it could be
yes
450,000 Naira.
Close to about 5,
yes, that's what he gave away. Right, that's what.
And our people are not able to. They can't feed our people. They can't feed Southerners.
100 million. 100 million. We've talked about this before, right? We talked about the fact that this is part of the plan, right? We talked about this earlier. The plan where the money has been given to the elite, right, so that they would be complacent to what's actually going on, right? In Nigeria, and let's see, I've shown this before. Nigerian lawmakers are eating the country's wealth with insane allowances, and that has only increased. How is it possible that lawmakers are eating over 80%?
It's crazy.
Over 80%. How many lawmakers do we have in Nigeria compared to the rest?
It's crazy.
And they have private jets, 1 or 2. They've got all kinds of cars, Lamborghinis, they've got houses. Have you seen their cobbled homes, right? Various homes, right?
But they're not, the homes are not safe.
Under their, you know.
It's crazy.
And then the ones that the homes and stuff that they have overseas.
Yeah.
It is staggering.
It's
staggering what's going on. But let's continue. Continue.
Okay. So
let's hear. Like I said, if anybody wants to contribute to the discussions, please just let us know. Anybody in the house, and because we need to, making it interactive as much as possible. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So the last item, radical Islamization. Actually, I want to share something real quick, about this, so that we'll know. I have something that I want to share with regards to Mr. Buhari.
Betty, can you please mute your line? Betty, can you please mute your line?
I can mute it. I'll mute it. Oh, I can't.
Yeah, I need her to mute it. Could you please mute your line, Betty?
Let's go have a look.
Betty, you need to mute your line, please.
Ooh, let me see if I can mute them.
Because I've tried muting it, it's not muted.
Yeah, same here.
If not, we'll have to remove her because there's background noise coming in.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Betty, please mute your line.
Betty. Okay, good. That's fine.
Thank you very much. Sorry about that. It's just that we have in the background and we're live streaming.
All right. So speaking of Islamization, let's look at some quotes from Buhari himself, right? He said, I will continue to show openly and inside me the total commitment to the Sharia movement all over Nigeria. He said, why should Christians be concerned when Muslims cut off their limbs? After all, the limbs cut off are Muslim ones, right? And he said, I'm going to go to this one. He said, I can die for the cause of Islam if necessary. We are prepared to fight another civil war.
You see?
This is the man who is the president of the country.
Yes.
Saying that he is prepared
to
fight a civil war to make sure that Islam, is rooted in Nigeria.
Yeah.
To Islamize the country. He said the declaration of state of emergency to fight Boko Haram in 3 northern states is a grave injustice against the North. How is the please help me understand how can we believe that this man will fight terrorism? How can we? We must be really, we must be really gullible to think that this man is prepared to fight terrorism. When he's saying that, when he was saying here that any attempt to check Boko Haram, a terrorist group that have killed and displaced people, is injustice to the North. He said any attempt to check them is injustice to the North, which is that he himself is part and parcel of Boko Haram.
Yeah.
No wonder people call him Boko Haram.
Yes.
He's part and parcel of them.
So we
he said we can. Yeah. Go ahead.
No. I think many of us who are here are very aware of these facts. Those of us who are doing this research, we are aware. What we are trying to do is to make sure that our communities, our local communities in the Middle Belt, in the Southwest, in the Southeast, are also aware at the grassroots. Because without the grassroots knowing this, they will keep believing the lie of one Nigeria. And that's the problem, because they've been given a false narrative about one Nigeria, whilst the reality has been the reverse, whereby they've been taking over the land, they've been killing us, they've been silencing our people, and our people are saying, and they're telling people to pray. The same people who are instructing the killings, funding the killings, giving guns to the terrorists, welcoming terrorists into our country, are the same ones who are going to say, let us pray. And our people have been falling for that. And that's what we need to do. We've got to change that narrative and make them see these people for what they really are. When they say that they believe in the Fulanis and they are giving funds to the Fulani, let's believe them, because that's the only way we will rise up and stand together collectively as Middle Beltans, as Igbos, as Yorubas, as the whole of the South, to make sure that we dismantle this contraption called Nigeria, because it is a fraud. There is a lot of work for us all to do. I know that we can do it. We are capable. There is more of us than there is of them. There is literally more of us than there is of them. What they're trying to do is to make us psychologically believe that we don't have the numbers. And we need to break that down to our people. The messages of what we are saying here, the message here is that the same people who are telling you to pray for 3 days, a 3-day prayer session, they are the ones funding, giving guns to terrorists. They are the ones who are at the same time denying you access to your own resources in your land. They are the same ones who are closing the borders to you in the south, whilst they open the borders in the north. So we need our people. This message has got to go into our local communities.
Exactly.
And that is the focus of what we're doing every day here. So please let's all remember that. I'll stop there.
And I just flashed up the Dangote thing because we're talking about, the British talking about one Nigeria. These are government-driven monopolies starting in 2016 after Buhari came into office. Again, you see how this all ties in, right? Yeah. You bring in the Fulani president, you consolidate more power into his hands. You take away, Benue cement in the middle belt, so they don't have that money coming from that. Dangote now takes the cement and raises up the prices, 10 times, tenfold? It's been sold cheaper outside Nigeria than inside of Nigeria. He's got rice, he's got sugar, he's got cement,
everything. It's a monopoly. It's a monopoly.
And let's not forget the oil wells are mainly owned by Colonies.
Yeah, they are.
NFBC controlled by Fulani. These are migrants to Nigeria. The indigenous are already living in apartheid. 100 million living in poverty. 100 million. And so I know that the folks that said, the politicians, let's give politics a chance to do what?
No.
To continue?
No. This is
what did they say when RUGA? How are these people? I'm sorry. Did they miss that this is about giving citizenship and our money to the Fulani? Did they miss that? They just read the part about pasteurization and they didn't go past that? Or is this the one where Amechi was talking about how the Chinese had the agreement in Chinese, so he couldn't read it? Why the heck did you not get it in English?
Exactly. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I mean,
it's
guys,
crazy.
I mean, the things that are going on in the world. We have lots of things stacked against us, but Madupe and Citizen AY and Stephen, you're all correct. Power belongs to the people. We have so much that we can do, people. And let's kind of dive into that now. Let's start talking about the things that people can do. There's so much that we can do. Russia just got kicked out of the UN. Nigeria, which was what we were calling for last year at UNGA, needs to be suspended from the United Nations. Come on. United Nations has documented.
But I'm afraid, Jane.
The International Criminal Court has documented their atrocities. They need to be kicked out, and sanctions need to be. I mean, where are the sanctions?
Jane,
where are the sanctions?
Jane, on that particular point, one of the things I think we need to be. I would like to say, as much as I agree with what you're saying here, that should be the right course of action. But we know, look, the 3 big names in the UN are US, UK, France. With those 3, please do not hold out any hope of having.
Well, our people need to apply the pressure.
Yes, they will do.
Our people need to apply the pressure and make it a global discussion.
Okay.
Can I?
Okay, it's not only Ukraine.
May I jump in real quick?
Because they're in a different stratosphere of the world that should be brought. Our messaging needs to be on the front pages.
I actually agree with both of you, but I'm going to tell you where my midpoint is. Hold on. Okay, yes, it is true that we need to put the pressure on, just like Jean said. And just like AY said, yes, we need to be careful. Well, here's the deal. If we're going to have them put the pressure on, we need to specify the kind of pressure that we need for them to put on.
Absolutely.
Not the kind of sanctions that the people that will affect the people because the people are already sanctioned by this wicked government, right? People are already being sanctioned, right? So it's going to be them winning twice. So what we need to do is to
take away their monies overseas,
all of their ill-gotten assets,
freeze all their homes, their cars overseas,
we need to
their money from their wives, their children, their friends.
Yes,
right.
We need to specify
and everyone that works with them, not just the top people, all of them.
Yes,
governors, all of them, until they stand for the people. Freeze it all.
Yeah. Yes, freeze it all. So you know what? We will
do not give them visas to go for. Let them go to the hospitals in Nigeria. Everybody else has to.
Yeah. Well, Buhari is right now.
You used to why haven't you built hospitals enough to treat yourself? Do you know how much money is given to the hospital in Aso Rock?
Now they're talking.
Yeah.
Do you know how much money they put in the budget for Aso Rock Hospital?
Can we do
capacity to go overseas?
Can we do? I think we need to do a video of the hospital that is in London that is going to any of them, and then do a video of the ones back home, sort of, and then put Buhari in the middle,
the regular people
and trying to get our people and send that. We need to do a small video like that, and make that go viral. Because I think trying to talk to see if you and I know that this is wrong. But when we explain to our people, they don't get it. But when we are put the actual visuals, it's all about optics. If we put the visuals, this is where Buhari is going, and this is where it left you. You need to take action.
Yes.
Because until our people have realized that they have the sense of thinking that they are powerless, and we are trying to make them no, you are powerful.
You have power.
So that is
while we're at it, why don't we show the homes of the governors?
This is why
compared to where the regular Nigerian lives.
Yeah.
And their cars.
Yeah.
Why do the lawmakers in Nigeria have one of the highest, if not the highest, compensation package in the world when 100 million people have been driven into poverty under their watch?
I will say something.
100 million.
You know,
under their watch.
Yeah.
Okay. It will be nice when we do that video also to include a video of Buhari standing at the podium of the United Nations last September, extolling the virtues of the development taking place in Nigeria, all the hospitals that they have built.
Yes. Exactly.
He said that at the UN. Clip of that should be included. Yes.
Okay. Please send me a clip of that, please, if you have it.
Yes.
I'll find it. I'll find it.
Yeah,
just last September.
This is good. This is actually good because then it actually helps us to segue into what we should do, which is what we want to make sure that we start addressing during this. Today.
Yeah.
So very, very good. Sanctions, and we need to specify the sanctions. These people they need to start feeling the fire that they've put, the fire that they've actually set on the people in Nigeria.
Yeah.
The kinds of what is it? The kinds of terror that they put the people, that they've actually
they've imposed upon the people.
The terror that they've unleashed on the people in Nigeria. They need to have a dose of their medicine. So sanctions, we need to, we'll do the homework. We need to start listing some of the specifics of what the sanctions will be against them. Because again, when we ask for sanctions, we don't want sanctions that will further, make the situation worse for our people, because they're already not in good situations, and we know that, right? Then again.
Sorry. Go ahead. I just lost the train of thought. I'll come back to it. Go ahead.
And again, folks, we have the ability to do it. Don't let us feel powerless. We have the ability to do it, and so we will be taking, some of the initiatives. We'll put together those videos. We'll address the state of healthcare in Nigeria. The state of it's in a state of decadence.
Yes.
Lack of maintenance, right? The state of our roads, lack of power, lack of pipe bomb. There's no. I can't even tell you if homes in Nigeria have pipe bomb water.
They don't.
So
in many homes, they don't.
Now we need, these are some of the things that we need to start. And then we're now going to say, this is what we need to do to sanction these people. Because hold on, they get on the plane to go to Europe to get health care. Meanwhile, they messed up the health care for the people in Nigeria. So they need to be sanctioned. No health care for you. Right. Go ahead.
Let me add something that many of our people are not aware of. There are many small communities, expat communities, all over Africa in many states. Guess what? They don't have water problems. They don't have electricity problems. They don't have all of those communities. They are built and designed to be self-contained, to exclude the people from the benefits that those expats are getting. And that many of our people are not aware of this. So I think we need to start talking about those oil companies, those businesses that are sending in. They're bringing in expats, living a good life at our expense. And this is something that has got to go into our communities. These are things that our people are not aware of, because it is our money that is being used to fund these people. I just wanted to just state that. Thank you. I'll let my elder speak. I
wanted to piggyback on what you just said. You don't even have to go to expert. The federal government, like I said earlier on, is building a refinery in Lekki.
Yeah.
Okay. Where is it getting the power in Lagos?
There you go.
To power the refinery that is being built, and you can't get any power to the common man in Lagos.
And this is the real problem. Our people need to wake up.
These are questions to be answered. Yeah.
Very, very. I mean, that's a very valid point you just raised there, because that refinery will be powered by something, and that means if it takes the power away from the people of Lagos, to run it, the people will be in darkness and they'll be saying, oh, nothing. And then the resources, they said 80% of the oil revenue has been stolen. 80%. We cannot go on like this. We need to explain in clear terms to our people what that means. Yeah, good evening. Good evening, Queen B.
Excuse me.
Yes, go ahead.
I heard it's not the government. I heard it's for Dangote, the refinery.
Yeah, but
let me pull this up again.
Yeah.
Let me share this again.
The government put in there.
It's Queen B.
That's their doing.
Let's see. Here is Dangote. Let's clarify who he is.
Yeah, exactly.
Government monopolies.
Exactly.
Dangote is getting tied to your getting poorer.
Yeah.
AKA beggar thy countrymen.
Yes.
That's the Fulani man being used by the government of Nigeria.
It's a government, exactly.
He has sugar, he has rice, he has
it's
cement,
a government monopoly.
He has all of those.
Yeah.
This is the government. Dangote is the government.
Indeed. So I hope that answers the question.
Well, okay, so it's going to favor us if it's the government. I believe it's going to favor us. It's not going to favor them, because then we're happy it's not for Dangote, because it's a Fulani man. So
Absolutely. So they got the
so we have nothing to fear about.
This is crazy. Not one working refinery.
Yeah.
In the South, where the oil is, not one working refinery. But Dangote is building a refinery. Come on. Come on.
That's crazy.
I mean, like when we talk about these things, and the world sits and talks about herder-farmer conflict. Is it the herders that are giving Dangote these monopolies so he can have the economic squeeze on the middle belt of the South?
The entire policy is really skewed. Now, I mean, yeah, what you just said there now, I mean, I'm glad Queen B, is it Queen B? I hope it is. Yeah, Queen B. I'm glad you raised the issue about
Queen B. Yeah,
about Dangote there, because many people, and this allows us the opportunity to explain to our people on the ground. Again, we need to break this down for our people on the ground.
I'm just gonna flash it up again. So
anytime you hear, we need to tie in the mind of our people. When they hear Dangote, they should think monopoly.
Government.
When you hear Dangote, you start thinking it's a monopoly. The government is making him a monopoly,
the Fulani control government to a Fulani man.
Exactly. So they are taking our
this
resources
is very
and giving it to a Fulani man.
Okay.
So we need to tie it.
AKA beggar thy countrymen.
That's it. Exactly.
And they achieved that
Yeah.
in 2020 when Nigeria became the poverty capital
of the world. So Queen B, thanks for asking that. But our job is to really make our people aware, because you see, the governance has oppressed and suppressed us, and what they're doing is to try and use, in effect, Dangote is like a gatekeeper for the entire structure, because he's delayed. Before you get to the main structure, you have to get through him. And what we need to do is to make the people aware that this guy is merely a gatekeeper. He's a front. He's a front for the entire construct that is being used to oppress and suppress us. And once we realize that, nobody would have any respect or any fear, because that's the problem. The governance that we have is a governance of fear. Fear that you are going to be oppressed and suppressed and killed in your own land. But if you know the facts, and each of the communities, the Southwest, the Middle Belt, and the Southeast, and we all wake up together and rise up and say, no, this is our land. We are the indigenous people. Collectively, they don't. And remember, we have the numbers. They don't. They don't. So I just want to keep reiterating, and we have to keep stating that. You hear me say that over and over, because we need to keep stating our case and rephrasing it all the time and re-emphasizing it so that our people get it. Because the message that has been out there has been there for so long. It hasn't been challenged. Now we are beginning to challenge it, and we need to take continuous step. You keep hitting it, and that door comes down.
Another thing that I want to say before we continue is that, just like you have highlighted, the education that we're doing to our people is to address some of these false narratives, because it's never been challenged. Exactly. So we are challenging all of these false narratives, and we are re-educating our people.
Indeed.
And so, again, remember, we have mentioned, like, physically, they have tried to, they've weakened us physically, by bringing all of their, their terrorists, to surround us and to kill farmers and to be killing our people. That's physical, right? The financial weakness was, the Dangote factor, right? Yeah. And what is what was that name that you called it again? Weakening us financially.
Yes.
And then the fourth part that we need to understand that we have been very quiet about is the spiritual part.
That's it.
Where they try to weaken us spiritually too.
Yes,
remember,
they have.
They got all of our, they got all of our religious leaders, right?
Yes.
They got them on their side because because some of these people are also compromised as well, because they are their friends, right? And so they've been using our religious leaders as well to weaken us spiritually. So what they're doing is total
domination,
total conquest, physically, emotionally, spiritually, everything. That's what they are doing. And so for that, for those reasons, we as individuals, these are some of the things that we need to do. We need to start holding our leaders accountable.
Yes.
Not just the politicians now.
No.
Even our traditional leaders and our religious leaders. Because they have used them to weaken us spiritually. And once your spirit is weakened, I'm telling you, God help you.
Yeah.
Because it's total demoralization.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They want to make
if
sure
if your spirit is weak,
feeling of powerlessness and hopelessness is going to come in. Because if you're spiritually down, that's it. And so now this is why we're doing what we're doing, educating you so that we can put that hope back.
Exactly.
Instill that hope that yes, we can, right?
Yes, we can. Absolutely.
Let your spirit be weakened, because we have to start now. We have to now start holding our leaders accountable, including our religious leaders and our traditional leaders as well.
Indeed.
And so to say that, this is
what I heard. What I heard over there was
somebody say something.
Queen B.
Yes,
okay, go ahead.
This is Queen B. Yes. What I heard was the politicians and all these
your network.
Oh, your network. Yeah, you're breaking up.
Dangote.
Okay.
They have invested in the company so that they own it together. They have stake in the company of Dangote. But you guys are telling me it's the government? I'm not sure because I saw a jingles that says something about Dangote.
I'm telling you, it's a monopoly. This is a monopoly, and he's just a front. He's a gatekeeper. He's a gatekeeper. You just showed you the document now, and I think
not a dispute.
Yeah. I think we need. I'm sorry if I disagree with you there. But if you have evidence contrary to what we're saying, please present it here, and let's scrutinize it. Please go ahead and do that.
I will send it into the group if I can find it. I'll send it.
Please
into
do
the
so.
group.
So let's scrutinize
what
it
is
as well.
this precisely? Because I missed that. Because
she's saying she's saying that apparently that Dangote is actually a company that is he owns it and it's nothing to do with the government. So we are trying to say, okay, if you're going to say that,
Dangote
provide the evidence.
That's
AY.
AY.
Yeah.
After you, Mr. Faleti, because I want to ask a question.
Thank you, permit me. I want to say affirmatively, Dangote is no business genius.
Thank you.
Yeah,
not by any sense of the definition.
You don't have a brain.
Okay, now
exactly.
Dangote is the economic tool of repression.
Yeah.
That the Fulani hegemony has carved out to cover that sector, the economics. Their great grandfather used religion to infiltrate the country years ago.
Yeah.
They have progressively gained a foothold in the political landscape until they arrived at Boko Haram.
Yeah.
So Boko Haram is a political tool. So once you get religion, the politics, and the economics of the society, you've captured the whole society.
Indeed, indeed.
So, Queen B, just like I was saying, so Dangote is just the willing tool that's been used to capture the economic sector. The way it's been able to do that is by a monopolistic anti-competitive practices. One of which, one of several, destroying, first of all, closing the borders, okay, in the south and the southeast.
But remember, sir,
yes,
Dangote did not close the borders, right?
Oh no,
the government did it for him.
Exactly.
So exactly.
That's the evidence right there.
Absolutely. Yes. Now
he did it for him.
I'm just breaking it down. Secondly, by not investing in the power infrastructure,
thank you.
They have systematically driven out all the possible competitors in any industry that will cause the country to grow. For example, when we were growing up, we had no less than 3 cement-producing brands in the country. I remember distinctly: Ewekoro Cement Factory, Nkala Good Cement Factory, and another one, Elephant brand.
Benue
Say that
State.
again. I'm sorry.
It's at Benue State.
Benue State is shut down too.
Thank you,
They gave it all to Dangote, and prices have quadrupled.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So by driving out the competition, closing the borders, not investing in the power infrastructure to attract other competitors, they are able to suppress the economic growth of the Southwest people and the Southeast that they consider conquered. And so you can see how systematically Dangote has been able to use all those anti-competitive practices to continue to perpetuate the captivity of our people.
Indeed.
So he's not a business genius at all.
No,
you may hear
not.
him Africa's richest man. No, he's not.
It's all a front. It's all part of. He's the one. Let me tell you this. He actually said one day. He said his so-called great friend, the guy who owned Windows. What's his name again?
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates was the one who told him that that in Nigeria we had no health care. He was shocked. That is that is your magnet, not to be unaware that the healthcare in his own nation, that is so-called a magnet that is poor. He said That Bill Gates made him aware. I looked at this and I was like, so that is your, you know.
Are you sure that it was Bill Gates that made him aware?
That's what he said.
I'll get he was, believe me,
he knows he's playing a game.
Was he patronizing healthcare providers in Nigeria?
Look at it. Just look at his company.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if the answer to that is yes, then maybe honestly we can say he didn't know, right? But this guy, I can bet you
that he knows he's playing a game.
He does not patronize healthcare providers in Nigeria.
He doesn't,
because he knew that the healthcare in Nigeria could not meet his medical needs.
For
right?
Tata, they haven't funded it. They haven't provided the funds.
So exactly. So so for him to say, "Oh, I was made aware," come on now, that is very dishonest.
It is.
It's very
dishonest. He knew.
So I mean,
he was just pretending.
Yeah.
But anyway, to go back to what we should do, right? We talked about we need to hold our traditional and our leaders accountable.
Politicians,
and how can we hold them accountable?
Yeah.
How can we hold them accountable? First of all, I mean, like we would first of all let them know that where you're going or what you're doing, we are aware now. We are awake.
Yeah.
Then secondly, we will not participate in your fraudulent whatever election. So do not come to me to come vote for you, because I'm not going to participate in that unless we get a referendum. That's number one. Number two, right? For the traditional rulers and the religious leaders, when they are there telling you, oh, you should pray, you should do this, you should do that, let them know that our eyes are open. We are awake now.
Thank you.
All those are tools of
all the time for praying.
And those tools of deceit,
yes,
they're all
banished forever. They are banished forever.
And we know we are awake, and that we are not following that road anymore. We are not going on that road anymore. So those are ways to hold them accountable, because I know people will say, "Oh, how do we hold them accountable?" I'm not saying we should go and be perpetrating violence. That's not what I'm saying. We can hold them accountable by refusing to participate in their fraudulent process, which is their ballot process. Their electioneering process is fraudulent. Even before the election starts, we already know how it's going to end. We already know who.
They know the leader. They know who's the leader already.
To be the next, yes, exactly. So you're not having elections over there. So do not participate in their fraudulent process. Yes, sir, Mr. Faleti.
Thank you. I guess I want to beg the question: do our traditional rulers not know about these things, or do they know and they are turning deaf ears for pecuniary purposes? And if the latter is true, that they know and they are turning deaf ears, then excuse my use of the term, we need to go to a plan B on what to do.
Yeah.
My plan B on what to do then is to go back to our youths for education, on letting them know who are those mortgaging their futures. The current news, came on the social media, is that the leaking bladder Tinubu is now offering to pay 25,000 naira to every youth to come and vote.
Vote for yes.
Yeah, vote for,
yes,
exactly.
I heard about that. Yeah.
So.
And then the amount has gone up to 25,000. Well, at least it's better than the 4,000 they were given before.
But it's still
25,000 to sell your life.
Exactly.
So now, for this is the same person that bankrolled most of the traditional rulers that we're trying to educate.
Yeah.
So in other words, they know we just need to go to the roots.
Yes.
And we already know the roots.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? We cut off the roots. If you cut off the roots, the plant will die.
That's it. That's it.
See?
So
one way to do that is by going to the youths and reinforcing the education that they don't know about the long-term implications of whatever what I can call instant instant cash that they're getting now that will last them no longer than 1 month after they buy a couple of data packages. Yes. So it's the future of Yoruba land is in the hands of the youth now. I didn't say the future of Nigeria, the future of Yoruba land.
Let me just read something to you all, please. Thank you very much, sir. Somebody just said something now, and if you permit me, I would like to read it because these are part of what we need to do. Somebody just said now, a World Bank report showed Dangote has a 90-year mining licenses for materials like limestone, even though its cement giants have a 50-year lifespan. 11 of October 2017.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got sugar. He's got refinery.
So can you see? That's what we Queen B. That's what we mean by monopoly.
Hey, yes.
That's what we mean by monopoly.
Yes.
That is what we mean. Thank you very much. Oduduwa Tide has arrived.
It's terrible.
This is what we mean when we say monopoly. We finished. So our people, finished. We need to wake up. These people,
we have to rectify.
We have to raise our people up. Stop bowing to those who are enslaving us. Our youth needs to know this. A 90-year lease. 90
one
years.
company, Fulani, the Fulani. All these monopolies went to the Fulani.
Are you hearing me?
The Igbos, the Yorubas, the Ijaw, the folks of Calabari. We own the land. These are our assets.
Pin it up.
They are taken.
Yeah,
bringing in terrorists. That's why they have the audacity to say that they have the money, because they've captured all of the ministries. We saw the list.
And this is what we do here. That's why we do this program, to bring information like this. Please, when you're hearing it, share it. Share it to family and friends. And not just you personally, all of us. We need everybody to be alert. Take action. Tell family and friends. So that you see, the perception that we've been given is to look at Dangote as a god. But when you realize that the government has actually given him a 90-year lease on what belongs to the general people.
It's not a god. It belongs to the people, has been given to a god.
Amen.
And that's why they say they have all the money. Of course they have all the money. The money is in Dangote.
That's because of Tinubu.
Well, it's not only Tinubu, it's the entire system. The entire system.
Yeah, they have given all the money to one person.
The entire system is
corrupt. One person. So that they have consolidated.
That's the fault of Tinubu. That's
the indigenous Nigeria's hands. That's what they've done.
That's why we're going to be holding those leaders accountable. All the Tinubus of the world, we're going to be holding them accountable.
Yes.
So So
all the politicians, all the lawmakers need to be held accountable.
To go and contest or whatever. We are definitely not in that, and we are going to speak loudly and clearly that we are not part of that process, and we will not participate in those processes. And I think one other thing that we should do, with regards to our youth, to reaching out to our youth, is to actually start spreading this, like we said, like I said. Share the program, start talking to people. You start with your immediate family, right? You can start with your immediate family, then you go to your extended family, then you talk to your friends, even all of the associations and the groups that you belong to, like your old student association, your college student association. You start spreading it, and make sure that you share the link to this petitions, right? The Ominira Yoruba petition and the Nina's petition. You need to share the link, start sharing it, and you make sure that you need to do that extensively. And we're not going to be quiet anymore. Now that we know all of this, hidden agenda, we are not going to be quiet anymore.
No.
We are going to continue to speak, and we will spread the word. And that's how we can hold them accountable. We will spread the words, and we're not going to be quiet about this.
No.
And yes, we will. We'll definitely gain back the grounds. We will recover from this. We will come back from this.
We must.
My people will come back from this.
So what?
Amen.
So what I'm
We've
saying.
been under We've been under bondage for decades.
Yes, we have been. And it's time to remove the shackles.
Now we are awake.
We have to remove the shackles.
Now. Yes.
Yes,
we
have to be filled with spiritual prayers too.
Yeah, of course. No, pray as a Christian, pray as a Muslim, pray as a Babalawo. All of it is needed.
Whatever religion that you have, if you're an indigenous Nigerian, if you're an ancestor, indigenous Nigerian, not the hybrid Fulani indigenous.
But what we need is also, with all the prayers, is collective action. And that is what we're doing. Collective action.
Yes.
Don't just pray. We need collective action.
Collective action, yeah.
So, example of collective action. When you finish praying, the first thing that you need to look at in your community is, okay, we prayed together. Now let's protect ourselves together. If you pray together, protect yourself together. And that means form vigilante groups. Set that up.
And
start building that. Protect yourselves. That's the first place. If you don't protect yourself, you can't get to the farms. You
have to watch. We have to watch who is in our community.
Exactly.
We have to be watchful at night.
Yes.
We have to be watchful during the day. Because even the Bible says that the watchman is, if the strong man does not watch his place, he's going to be conquered.
Yeah.
So our people need to start being watchful. We cannot continue to be surprised.
No.
Yes.
We know that they are in our forest.
No.
We should know exactly
that they are getting ready. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We told you that they are in our forest. We told you that they are on our streets. All of those Okada riders. They are their foot soldiers. Exactly. So do not act ignorant, please.
Yeah.
Be vigilant of your environment, right?
Absolutely.
Because they're just waiting.
We are vigilant, but the ones in Nigeria are not.
No.
The ones in Nigeria are not.
Exactly.
That's where the problem is.
I want to raise, please, and once we're talking about this, there is a video that came to my hand. I can't show you the video, but I wonder if I can play the visual to play the audio. Voice, the audio, and so you can hear it, because I'll see if I can. I don't want to bring it on air because it's gruesome. In fact, I know what I'll do. Just give me a second. I'm going to put it on this side, and I will just skip to where it is. That audio, anyway, you'll hear it yourself, and you'll get exactly what I mean once you hear it. Let me just let me bring it here, and I'm going to share it here.
So guys, a few more minutes, and we have to wrap up.
Yeah. So let me just do this. Let me do this. So now go here. 1 second, please. Give me a minute. I hear you.
While you're doing that, let me just flash this up for our people. We're talking about child soldiers.
Yeah.
All those Amalgiri that came into the Middle Belt of the South.
Yeah.
This is who they are.
That's it.
This is who they are. And this is military sources that are talking about this. And this is their MO. Okay. So our people need to know all those young men.
Yeah.
All those children are supposedly begging. This is who they are. They're all trained killers.
Yeah. Now let me just quickly play this video. Can you hear me? Can you all hear it?
Ahead.
Hang on.
No.
Okay, one second. Can't show it. I'm going to forward it. Let me forward it.
No, we see the screen now. Go ahead.
Just play it.
Play.
Can you hear it?
Not very much.
So can you increase the volume?
I'm trying to increase it. I've gone. Can you hear it?
Yeah, it's still not coming.
Okay. Let me. I cannot. Because the original picture is talking about 5 people were killed in the community in Otuoge or something, in between Benin and Akure Road. And one of the things they did there was they cut the mouth of a man, and it was bleeding. It was literally bleeding, like 2 days ago. And this is you kept saying Fulani herdsmen. They've come into our communities. They're in our forest. So we are saying this is why we're talking about vigilante. Is being pray together, then protect yourself together.
This is what I'm trying
to get at. So this is what we need to be doing here collectively. I'll come back out of that so that we can end the
guys. This is UNICEF. The numbers that we're giving you is not just our numbers. UNICEF says 8,000 child soldiers, Boko Haram and others. These are all those Almajiri that you see that they were sneaking into Nigeria, into the middle belt to the south when there was a COVID lockdown. So now that there's no COVID lockdown, you can imagine how many are in there now. Yeah, we have those satellite images. So we just need to understand who we're facing. You know, you cannot protect yourself if you don't know who your enemies are. So every Almajiri is suspect. All of those are Bokis and young people. They're all suspect. And I'm sure there's some good ones in there, but we know from all the information coming from the military intelligence, from intelligence from overseas, that these people are being trained to be killers. And that's why they have been taken to the middle belt to the south. Okay, so we need to be very clear on that.
So 8,000 Almajiris plus 35,000 repentant terrorists. That makes for 43,000 unregistered soldiers.
And remember there's more, right? The Boko Haram is more. This is just the largest number that they have announced so far. Because we had just recently, we had 559, right, that graduated, remember?
They
559, so you got to add that number, right? Let me flash that up. I mean, again, we like to show people what is actually going on, because then you can start doing the numbers. They are going to school, they have a roof over their head, and those that they have killed, those that they have displaced, here it is, 559. This is another one.
Exactly.
They look at them. They're being trained, right?
To kill.
And I saw one where they fly them around in airplanes, they send them overseas, right? Yeah, this is what they do. While we have victims, folks in IDP living in squalid conditions, and people are over here talking about herder-farmer conflict. They're talking about herder-farmer. The world. How can it's unbelievable that people can actually believe in that. And let me flash this up. Let me flash something else up so you guys understand what's going on. You know, they're not even hiding what they're doing anymore. Okay.
No, they're not.
They're not even hiding. Here it is.
Here it is. Because the government themselves
ultimatum to Benue indigents, prelude to repeat of 2018 massacre. This is March 14th. They've given an ultimatum that they better give up their land. Right? Here it is. March 14, 2022. They're going to do a repeat of 2018 because the Buhari Fulani-led government gives them the immunity. They allow them to carry guns, and they allow them to kill with impunity, to kill, destroy with impunity. That's what's going on. I mean, this is clearly documented. This is clearly documented. And the wall to say that they don't, if the wall says that they don't know, it's a lie. It's a lie. The information is out there. We're pulling it together for them to see. Right? It's a lie. It would be a clear, bold-faced lie. Okay, so let's wrap up, guys. A couple of minutes, just 2 more minutes. Let's wrap up. I really appreciate everyone. So last thoughts that we from everyone so that we can wrap up. So this is KY. What is the key thing that you want people to do?
Please, one thing you need to do. One, share this broadcast with family and friends. Share it. Take collective action. 2, which is vigilante groups in your community. If you have to pray, you can pray as Muslims, as Christians, as Babalawos together. But take collective action to protect your community now. Absolutely. Because all your forests have been occupied by terrorists. Now, I've just got a message here that apparently during our live broadcast, they've tried to hack into Oduduwa TV radio on YouTube. They've tried to hack in and start sending messages. I blocked it. But that tells you that the message is getting through. So don't worry about whether or not they block us. If they block us, we'll find another way to get back to you guys. But we're telling you that the message, you see, the power of the message is so powerful that they are sending in. Apparently, they said the guys who are hacking are Fulani guys, but they are using different names. I'm not afraid. You see, we are here to speak truth to power. So I'll stop there for now. Jean, thank you very much.
Okay, Mojupe.
Yes, very interesting. Another very interesting discussion or forum today. But I'm going to round up by telling our people that yes, we can do something about this. Do not feel helpless or feel hopeless. But collectively, we can stop this. Collectively, we can recover from this. And as Citizen AY just emphasized, that you should share the program. You should also talk about the content of it, discuss it with your families and your friends, and make sure that and I'm going to add that, make sure that you share the links to the petitions.
Yes.
I mean, to the two petitions, the Ominira Yoruba petition and also the Nina's petition. Please, so that those can be, so that those can be signed, so that they know that that there is unity, that the people collectively are saying enough. People collectively are saying that we're going to end this rogue administration, this plan to grab our land, this plan to kill our people, this plan to to take over our assets, and this plan to to suppress us in all ways. We are not going to sit down and fold our hands and let it go, on. So we are going to, collectively, we have taken a stand, really, not that we're going to take it.
We're taking a stand, collective stand.
And we will stand our ground.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Stephen, what?
Thank you. We need to recognize that throughout the annals of our ancient and even recent history, we have been religiously manipulated,
absolutely,
very much
conquered politically, suppressed and oppressed economically by no one but the Fulani hegemony that are not even indigenous to Nigeria.
They are partners overseas.
Yes, while covering the wounds with bandage of our crumbs that our politicians are jumping at. The question is, where do we go from here? We know we are going to the promised land of our ancestry. How do we get there? By educating and re-educating our youths, that their future is being mortgaged by those 25,000 naira crumbs.
Exactly.
The sooner they wake up to smell the coffee, the better it is for them. They can either wake up and smell the coffee or sleep on and smell the gunpowder.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Eshim.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, that's absolutely true. So
there's Paul and Ibekweme. I don't know if they want to say something.
I really do want to round up, but I do want to show a video.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to show a video that let me share this, and let's see, let's play this.
But not without telling you to make up your mind and defend your portion. The other, do what? When God gives you your portion, you defend your portion. God could have planted you in the United States, but He planted you here. This is your portion. And He could ask you to get out of your father's house and go to so place. That is your portion. But where He has planted you must be defended. And listen to me. And I say this with all sense of seriousness and responsibility. If an opportunity comes for you to vote, whether in a referendum or in an election, please vote according to your choice. Vote according to your will.
Not election, no, please. Oh, we don't want election. We want referendum.
Not election.
Please.
Referendum.
Not election, no. Let's be clear.
Yes.
I'm saying that now. No elections. Referendum. Please. Let's get it
Absolutely.
right.
Absolutely. Yeah, because we don't want to go to the election. But the point that he's making, the same point that Danjuma is making.
Yeah.
We must defend our land. We must stop the ethnic cleansing.
Yeah, we have
to. We need to go to referendum. We don't need elections right now.
Yeah.
We need referendum. What we need in Nigeria is referendum. What we need is for the Fulani-led government to understand that the indigenous nations are nations.
Indeed.
And that they cannot come into these nations and create apartheid, allow the killing of massive amounts of people, allow the wholesale poverty of over 50% of the people so that they can take over the land, right? Our people need to understand that it can be done. It can be done. We can rid ourselves of this apartheid, of the genocide, and it's up to us to do what we need to do, whatever it is that we need to do.
Indeed.
Yes, they've taken away your guns, but we have traditional methods of protecting ourselves. Let's start talking about it. Let's look at Ukraine. They took Molotov cocktails. They just put the thing in the bottle. They put the thing, they lit it, and they threw it at tanks. At tanks. We can defend ourselves. So do not think that it cannot be done because just kerosene, regular oil. I'm just saying we have things to defend ourselves.
Absolutely.
Do not feel that just because they have guns, just because the government has given them
powerless.
guns,
no, we're not.
Okay, as the Fulani husband said, guns don't come from cows.
No.
Well, in this case, if we continue buying those cows, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Indigenous Nigerians, stop buying Fulani cows because that's the money used to purchase the guns that killed the person that you're trying to bury.
That's it.
Stop it.
Indeed.
And let's not even talk about the things that they do with those cows, the sexual relations that they have with those cows.
Yeah, it's sick.
You don't want to eat that.
No.
When we talk about you living in stupors because of whatever it is that you're eating from that. I mean, that's just the most disgusting thing.
Yeah.
Is to see that over and over and over and over again as things that they do. So again, there is hope.
Yeah. There is.
We must unite as the alliance from the Middle Belt to the South.
That's correct.
And we can help our House of Brothers later.
Yeah.
But for right now, we need to reclaim our sovereignty.
Yeah.
Ukraine is trying to keep its sovereignty. We want to reclaim ours. And we want to, I'm sure you guys, I'm not sure if you guys followed up with Prince William and his wife visit to the Caribbean. And where they're saying, we want the United Kingdom to stop lording it over us. The queen cannot be our queen.
No way, exactly.
They want their independence.
Exactly.
So indigenous Nigerians are now calling out for their independence, for the self-determination, but we are the ones that need to take the action. The letters that need to get written, all the groups, the letters that need to get written to the UN Human Rights Council, that needs to get written to the ICC so they can actually do the work that they're supposed to be doing. To the UN, to Antonio Guterres, to the Secretary of State, Secretary Blinken, that removed Nigeria from the religious infringement at a time when all the records say that the most place of persecution is in Nigeria. He removes them. There's a problem there. We know that Biden stood behind South Africa. We need to have President Biden and his administration understand that the indigenous Nigerians are in the same situation. Though they're not colonial masters per se that are white, but these are colonial Fulanis
very much
with
so.
backers overseas who have created this apartheid and continue to allow the killing of innocent children.
Indeed.
To continue to allow the starving of millions, tens of millions of innocent children.
Indeed.
So that's our job to do. And that's you, me, and everyone in the indigenous nations. And then we're calling on the rest of the world. We're calling on our African brothers and sisters to stand by us like that we stood with South Africa.
Yeah.
Okay, we're calling on Ghana to stand by us because Ghana is experiencing the same problem. Ghana, you guys, they're going to be coming heavy. If they capture Nigeria,
you're next.
Go down. You will go down. Central African Republic, all the West African countries. You need to understand that the Fulani is a menace.
And
they do things the same way. They go, they capture, and then they strike. Because they're brutalizing, they're terrorizing.
Indeed.
They come with Boko Haram.
Yeah.
Okay, and they come with ISIS and ISWAP. But if we must unite in West Africa, there was somebody that showed up a map of Africa, and guess what? When you look at West Africa and across that whole band, that's where you have the rainforest.
Yeah.
The rest of the areas have different levels of desert. Even in Nigeria, you have the part up top, right?
Yeah.
Where they have staked their claim. Now they want to capture the rainforest.
They want to come,
So, guys, thank you all very much.
Thank you.
And next week, let's start doing our research. It's the UK connection to what's going on in Nigeria. And like I said, I do have that video. I'll send it out to you guys.
Please send it out. Send it out.
You can watch it and see, the false narrative about corruption.
Yeah.
Because that's not what's going on in Nigeria, as we have shown. There is an invasion. There's a conquest plan.
Exactly.
There's a jihad. And so we're calling on everyone to do their part to save lives and to restore the sovereignty of these indigenous nations.
Indeed.
Thank you all very much again.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
See you same time, same place next
week.
Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday the 16th.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you all.
Take care now.
You.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye. Okay. So now I'm going to say thank you to you all here. We're going to end the program on this end. Thank you. I'm going to end the broadcast live now. Thanks for watching. You've been watching Freedom from Nigeria in association with Udua TV Radio and JNJ Media. All of us, we're here to bring you information to make you wake up. So I say good night and see you all next week. Thank you for watching. Okay. I am Citizen AY. Bye for now.